I read Kim Pender's work and I am so not okay. Like, the whole. Okay, the only thing that's good about it is that, with Sonic being gone, it changes the entire world. And that's pretty. That's the only thing I like. Everything else was bad. Underage breastfeeding dudes. Like, and I know, like, Kim Hitchens set it up like, here are some of the old stories that lead into my new stuff, and it makes you believe. It makes you believe that this might be good, and then you're bombarded with weird, weird story choices. You're bombarded with the artwork, and some people can say the artwork ain't bad, but I say that's between you. That's between you. If you like it, cool. More power to you. Me, I was just like, oh god, there ain't no other way you could have made this a little bit more palatable. I sat there reading it, and I just like the echidnas thing sounds like a freaking thing you get at Taco Bell. Knox. I mean, I know you couldn't call him Knuckles, but Knox. You can't call him anything else. I mean, if the timeline's completely changed, right? Wouldn't it make sense to just call this Knuckles like character something else? You could have thought of many different names for him. I just don't like I don't even know why they did. I don't even know why I can't put the underage breastfeeding in there. Sure, I like the beginning parts because they had Mobius. Yeah, Mobius 20, like, what is it? 20 years later. Yeah, Mobius 20 years later, and that was great. Hold on, let me make sure I get. Let me even look at my sources real quick to make sure I got that. I got that actually right. Now as far as like what I actually have up, because usually I have like a big old thing put together. So yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I love the I love, and I'll say this. I will say this because to me, it's the truth. I love me some Mobius 25 years later. Alright? I ain't even mad about that. But it's the simple fact of the matter is, it gets you ready for what's about to happen. And the concept with Sonic being gone and changing the timeline, that's okay. But the other stuff just makes me go, why was any of this put in here? I mean, I get it that they need this to be a jumping off point, but did it really need to be a jumping off point? Because most of us who are Archie fans, we all know. We all know what happens. Like, because, let's be real. Let's be real, folks. Who's really gonna buy this other than Archie fans that are morbidly curious? Because I'm telling you, the general public, the general Sonic fan public, they think us Archie fans are weird. They think we're like crazy. They think we're weird, crazy, and all this other stuff. All these other adjectives and nouns. You know what I'm saying? They think, they think that of us. So we're the only ones that are really gonna buy this. You know, mostly because people want to get Archie reprinted. They're gonna see this because these works reprinted with Ken's stories, and it's just like the whole the Lara Su Chronicles, the whole setup for it. It's very rage-inducing to me. Like, I've never been this ticked off and disgusted all at the same time. Like, I don't know, man. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'll be honest, and I'll be honest with you. I don't like Kim Penders. Never have. Like there was this one time where I thought I understood him because he was. I thought at the time he was being honest with me about which characters he owned and what he didn't own. But when I finally saw those court papers and found out what he didn't own, that's what literally irked me. But you know, some people will support this no matter what I do, no matter what I say. And I'm not gonna tell you to not read this if you don't want to. I can't force you. I can't force you to like and dislike what you like. But to me, I'm just like, we all want Archie Sonic to return in some way, shape, or form. You know, officially, so we all can read these stories legally. But I don't know. I feel like this isn't the way, man. This isn't the way. I just feel like that. And I'm being generally honest. I'm not cursing like I usually would. It's just how I feel. And trust me, I want a big omnibus of Archie stories in like a big thick book so I can read it. Like I want this thing to be big. I want this thing to have more pages than you know than like Lord of the Rings. But I feel like this isn't the way to achieve that. Right? From what I also heard, Kim Penders plans to reprint some of the other Archie Sonic stories, and I'm like, this took like the Lara Su Chronicles, even the beginning part, took like 12 years. So I don't know how long this is gonna actually take. May it won't take too long. May it will take longer than we think. It's just like I don't know, and I don't want to be this. I don't want to be super duper negative because it's like Lara Su Chronicles jingles keys in your face in the beginning half with the Archie stories, and you're like, oh, I love these storylines, and then you see the Lara Su Chronicles, you see the actual 2 stories that you see, and I'm like, why does this exist? It's kind of like akin to how I felt about the Killing Joke animation adaptation. How we basically had a story with Barbara Gordon and this dude named Paris France who had nothing to do with the Killing Joke. Like it's like, do we really need? It's like, do some of us really need the build up? Because if we're Archie fans, we either already know all this already. So they could have just shown the part where maybe a little narration going, well, this isn't the world of Sonic that you know. This is something entirely different. And then we just have a flashback page of Sonic being, erased from the timeline. Because I don't know, it just seems like a lot of, I love movies 25 years later, but it feels like this is a lot of filler. You know what I'm saying? Needed filler, but I don't know. I feel like we could have cut a lot of fat here. To get to where we need to be. I don't know, dudes. I'm very, very pissed off. I'm very pissed off, and I'm disgusted. But part of me really wishes that we had another way to just get the Archie stuff reprinted. And I always say that we Archie fans don't get nothing. And I'm like, we are getting something, but is it something that we want? Is it something that I want? I just don't know. And I'm so pissed off and bewildered and angry, and I want to just let loose. But I thought that this would be a better choice than me just going off like I would normally, But I don't know. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? And I'm talking to all the Archie fans, okay? I am not talking to I ain't talking. I'm talking to the fans that both love Kim Penders and hate Kim Penders. We all need to have a discussion here. All of us. That's what I'm talking about. Because I don't know, man. I'm a little confused, bewildered, angry, and a little and disgusted. But that's all I gotta say. These are like my initial first impressions.